Fitness in our Restore It room. I'm going to break down what we've been doing in here, what our intentions are with this room, and then I'm also going to break down some key elements that we do in this room and kind of what the places are inside the room as well. So our Restore It room is mainly for two reasons: for rest recovery and also restoring your body. Very big things that are commonly used in the fitness industry. So what I mean by those is restoring it is really we're looking at recovery, active recovery, and making sure that we're doing those effectively. So in that way your program is all around encompassing everything in fitness. And then the third part is going to be restoring your body. So what I mean by that is we use a couple of tools and apparatuses to help us do that. One is going to be the functional movement screen, which I'm going to go over here in a second. But we are restoring your body in a imbalanced function. So we're trying to restore imbalances, get you to have better posture, help you move better and move more often. So that's kind of the principle of our Restore It room. So like I mentioned before, I'm going to go over a key element of what we do in here, and that is the functional movement screen. I'm going to go over two topics with it today. It's a 7 movement test. One of our slogans is you should always test, not guess. It helps us build really great programs for people, make sure that you're building and progressing the right ways and not just kind of bro sciencing it out on the fitness floor. So the two things that I'm going to go over with you today are going to be our active straight leg raise and an overhead squat. So the reason I decided to go over those is because they kind of coexist with each other. You're looking at the hip on both of those, your pelvis. You're kind of making sure that there's a balance there. You want to make sure there's no asymmetries or anything like that. And you're also looking at ankle mobility as well. Two big things. So what we're going to do, I'm going to kind of show you the ranges of motions that you should be looking at. I'm going to demo them with Kelly, and then we're also going to show you some corrective exercises that you can do today as well. So when you're looking at the active straight leg, what us as your coaches or your fitness professionals, what we're really looking at is to make sure that you can get above your knee. So that's kind of like the marker. We're looking at 1s, 2s, and 3s. Really bad score, your body's not ready for load or kind of ready for kind of any heavy weight, would be a 1. 2 means you're doing pretty good with the movement, but you still need some progression. 3 is a perfect score. That's what we're aiming to get everybody to. Not everybody's going to be a perfect 3 on everything, but we strive to be better, so that's kind of what we look at there. Overhead squat's going to be on the same scoring system. It's a 1, 2, and 3. Typically, in my opinion, what's mostly communicated on this one is every time someone gets a 1 or a 2, most trainers or most fitness professionals are always going to focus on your hips and your hip hinge, which in some cases they're not incorrect, but I think the miss that a lot of people have is with this ankle mobility here. So like I said before, we're going to really kind of demo these for you, kind of go over them with you, and then also just kind of give you some things that we can do correctly. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the active straight leg. This is the FMS, this is the kit. There's a couple other things on the inside that we're going to show you here in a little bit as well. The first one that we're going to do is an active straight leg raise. So I'm going to go ahead and have Kelly get in the good position. She's going to put her hamstrings down on the board. Right about knee level, scoot down just a little bit for me, right there, good. And then you want to bring your toes up towards your body. And then what I'm really looking for is her hip and knee, where I'm going to place this guy. So I'm going to put it like right about here up against her hip. And then all I'm going to have Kelly do is just basically keep both legs as straight as she possibly can, and then just go ahead and lift this one up as high as you can. And then all we're really looking at is seeing this range of motion here. So to me, it's probably a pretty good 3 right there. She cleared the gate, so that's a good one. Go ahead and do 1 or 2 more for me. Do 1 more. Good. So you can see again, she got a 3. So we always want to test both sides and just make sure that there's the same kind of shape or range on both sides. Go ahead and do the other side. So you can see that she's getting about the same distance on both. Go ahead and drop it down. 1 more. Good. So that looks good on both sides. I'm going to have Kelly go ahead and jump up now. So I would rate that a 3. That's a really good score. That means her body's ready for load, she's ready to do some deadlifts, ready to do some cling and ding type of movements there. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how, let's say Kelly got a bad score. I'm going to show you some different tools that you can use to kind of correct that. If threes are going to start with a kettlebell. So I'm going to show you that one first since that's where Kelly wound up. Go ahead and get in that position I showed you before, Kelly. And all I'm going to have her do is just hold this kettlebell straight up, just kind of like an arm bar, bend that left leg. And then all she's going to do from here is just focusing on bending the toes up towards the body and lifting that leg up again. So as you can see, we're kind of working through that progression. This is going to be a full body movement here. So she's going to go down right before she touches the ground, comes back up, maybe 2 or 3 more of these. All we're really looking to do is just making sure that she's still progressing. She's still building strength here mostly because she got a 3, right? So 3 means we're building strength. Good. Good. All right, so that's what we would do for a 3. Let's say it's like a 1 or a 2. You can go ahead and jump up, Kelly. So what we're gonna do if it's like a 1 or a 2, all you need is a little bar, ball, a little yoga ball, whatever you wanna call it, a half foam roller. So we're gonna do a toe touch progression now. Again, this is if someone was to get a 1 or a 2, we're trying to progress them to that last movement here. So all I'm gonna have you do is put this in between your legs, either above the knees or below, so probably like right in the middle. There you go. You're gonna put your toes up on the foam roller. And I'm gonna have you squeeze that ball now. And then all I want you to do is focus on your breathing and actually going down and touching your toes. Closer the better. Yep. And then you're just coming straight up and reaching for the ceiling. Yep. Back into it again. So I'd have them do this a couple times in a row, getting them really to see the difference. So if someone has a 1 or a 2, when they do this exercise here, or this corrective exercise, after they're done, you're gonna see a significant difference in them being able to touch your toes. I always have a slogan, if you can't touch your toes in the morning, don't leave your house. So the other part of this too is we're gonna try to get her legs to come closer now. So the closer you can get your feet together, the better. And it's gonna just enable you to squeeze that ball a little bit more. It's gonna be a little bit tougher on her. Where you would feel pressure, again, if you're a 1 or a 2, where you're gonna feel that strain is in your hamstrings, probably your lower back, and then right behind your shoulders here. So go ahead and give it a couple more here, just to kind of show you some other things that you can do. You're really working on a hip hinge, but then you're also working on your active straight leg here. One more, and then we're good to go. Here we go. How you feel, Kelly? Like $1 million, right? So there we go. Those are some progressions. That is our active straight leg. We're gonna come back with some more overhead squat movements. I'm gonna show you how to get some ankle mobility going. Hopefully you enjoyed. Move better, move often. Thanks guys for tuning in.